to another coffee catch-up episode of the Mum's Night Out podcast with me, Rachel. Today I wanted to talk to you about the power of a pause. Because I find that in those moments where we are feeling what I call all the ums, so the unmotivated, the uncertain, the undecided, the unsure, the unclear, all those feelings that leave you feeling really confused with whether you're doing the right thing, what you should be doing. Let's say you've had sort of a setback, a disappointment, and it's leaving you feeling all those uns. The temptation in that moment is to go one or two ways, is to either retreat and kind of hole up and hide and pull back, stop doing things, feel like you're on the wrong path and kind of go into that sort of freeze. The other temptation is to just power on through into something else, thinking, okay, this is not the right thing, I need to move on, get back on the horse, straight onto this, let's change direction, let's try something new, and just go smashing and hurtling through into the next thing. Now, either of those approaches are very, very normal and very common ways of dealing with those kind of feelings. And I'm certainly been guilty of both of those many, many times over. But what I am starting to get better at and starting to realize is the power of taking a pause in these moments, because when we're feeling those feelings, we are feeling emotional, highly, highly emotional. And good decisions don't come in that state. Good decisions don't come when we're feeling super emotional. Good decisions come when we are feeling more logical, more level-headed, and more rational. So how do we get to feeling more logical, more level-headed, more rational? Is by taking that pause. So it can be so easy to just jump straight into something else, change direction, pull back, stop doing something. That is the easy option. The uncomfortable option is to sit with those feelings for some time, to sit with the discomfort, to sit with the uncertainty, to sit with the lack of motivation, and to really take time sitting with those feelings. And what we'll find, I often find when I do this, is that things start to become apparent. We don't need to agonize over decisions, because actually once we take that pause, sometimes the path forward for us becomes clearer. We're allowing ourselves headspace to let our brains process what's gone on and let our brains then figure it out what's next. And so we need to take that moment. There's two really positive things that come from taking that kind of pause. One is just allowing our brains to catch up, allowing them to process everything that's gone on and give our brain time to start to get clarity of what might be the way forward. And then the other positive outcome from taking the pause is to allow our emotional state to kind of regulate itself. So we are not in that heightened emotion, but we are allowing ourselves to come back down to a sort of level ground where we are able to make more kind of rational thoughts and rational decisions. And so that is my thought for you today. If you are in that time where you are feeling, really unsure, unclear, confused, disappointed, if you're feeling all those kind of emotions, then I encourage you to take that pause. And that pause can be as long as it needs to be for you. For some people, it can literally be a couple of hours, just taking yourself away from the situation, taking yourself away from thinking about it. Just a couple of hours to just kind of reset and clear your head and then, move forward. For other people, it can be a few days. It could be a couple of weeks. It depends on where you're at and what you need. And don't try to rush those decisions. We have to allow that pause and the length of pause that we need. And I think that we will know. We will get to the point where we can feel our nervous system start to calm and we can feel ourselves start to feel more rational about things. And that is the moment where we can ask ourselves whether we're ready to move on and start thinking about the next thing. But if we haven't taken that pause first, then the next thing may not be the right thing for us. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. If that resonated with you, do come and let me know over on Instagram. I'm at Rachel Bloomfield Coaching, and I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you next week.